Good late morning, Knicks Nation. I'm starting late today. Good late morning. It is Friday, the 14th of November, 2025. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family is safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the area of health, along with first responders doing their best to save lives every day. Those also that pick up garbage for us and make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help locate victims and rescue them of child molestation, teenagers and children, child molestation and pedophilia. The people that are trying to rescue those that are victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography and child pornography, human trafficking and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators, the profiteers and the perverts that create these industries and cause them to continue to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and military veterans homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's going to be a basketball game tonight at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks will be finishing their 7-game homestand, taking on the Miami Heat at Madison Square Garden today. Jalen Brunson will not play, so Deuce McBride will start at the point guard. You're going to have Mitchell Robinson playing today. Now, on the Miami side, both Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero are out, along with, of course, Scary Terry with the gambling situation. But they will have Jaime Jaquez, who is a Knick killer from when he was a youngin' last year. He's been a Knick killer coming out of UCLA. So this is not going to be an easy game. This is going to be a good game, though, for the Knicks to recover from the debacle that happened the other night and leaving the game plan behind and going back to old habits. This could be a better game. So Deuce needs to come to play. He knows he needs to be ready. He's going to be given the ball tonight. He's going to have still Shamet, Hart, Yabusele on the bench. The question is, this is where Tyler Kolek might come in as the third string point guard. So that's why I've been saying I never bought into this idea that everybody was trying to push that Brogdon is the backup point guard. He was never going to be the backup point guard. If he did not retire, he would have been the third string point guard. But now that he has retired, Tyler Kolek is the third string point guard. And I do have enough confidence in young Mr. Kolek to come and give us some minutes when we need them as the backup point guard. Now, we also, of course, along with that, we got other youngins. We got Diawara, we got Hoop Porty, we got some youngins, we got Trey Jameson. I don't know. I can't tell you who Coach Brown is going to use at the end of the rotation today. I can guarantee you, though, you're going to have Deuce, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, and Mitchell Robinson in your starting lineup. You're going to have Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, and Yabusele on your bench. Usually, when Mitchell Robinson is starting, Yabusele gets less minutes. And the reason is because if Mitchell Robinson's starting, he's taking up minutes at the 5. Then they'll put Cat at the 5 to play with some of the second unit. And then they actually, what Coach Brown's been doing is using OG at the 5, because OG can guard literally 1 through 5. And the Knicks have been using him at the 5 with certain lineups in terms of bench units. Sometimes they'll even have OG and Mikal with 3 bench pieces. It could be Jordan Clarkson, Deuce, Shamet. It could be Josh, Deuce, Shamet, Clark. He uses different ones coming off the bench. So he's been doing that recently. And so that's why when Mitch Rob starts, at least in the beginning of the season, at this point, which really, this will be game 11. No, this will be game 12. Yabusele usually gets less minutes. When Mitch Rob does not play, because he's sitting, rest, or whatever, then Yabusele's minutes go into like double digits, rotation minutes, 15 minutes a game. So I'm not sure how Coach Brown is going to do the end of the bench. He still has, if you put Deuce in the starting line, you got Clarkson, Shamet, Hart, and Yabusele as a full range of bench pieces. I don't know if he wants to use Ariel Huporti. I don't know if he wants to use Kolek. I don't know if he wants to use Jameson. I don't know if he wants to use Diawara. He might. But I do know that the main 9 guys I just told you are going to be there. So we'll see. Key things. They must move the basketball, which I don't think, and I'm not saying by any means that the Knicks are better without Brunson. Some people get really carried away on the negative. All right, I was really hard on Brunson the last game. Some people use that to tell me what Brunson is always doing. You know, I mean, stop. Okay, he's all NBA. He starts for the Knicks, all-star, all-NBA. That means, and he was first team all-NBA, which means what? The 5 best players in the NBA. That's first team all-NBA. Okay, so we don't have to get carried away with negative, as some of y'all tend to do. Maybe your lives are bad or something, but do something else instead of bringing that negativity here. So I'm not saying the Knicks are better without Brunson, but what I am going to tell you is that the ball will move. I can guarantee you the ball is going to move tonight. Deuce moves that basketball. I can't tell you how Deuce is going to shoot. I can tell you 2 things I can guarantee in concrete. He's going to lock up defensively, and he's going to move that basketball. Okay? He's going to be very, he mentioned after the last game a couple of bad turnovers he had, and he was right. He did have a couple of bad turnovers, but he's going to be cognizant of that, and he's going to take care of that basketball. So I can guarantee you he's taking care of the ball. He's going to play lockdown defense, and that ball's going to move. That's all good. This is the thing. As I mentioned the last time, win, lose, or draw. I could deal with it if they getting that 30 assists plus. Okay, that's one of the things. Also, Mitchell Robinson did his job on the boards the last game. He got 5 offensive rebounds. Well, who didn't do their job? Karl-Anthony Towns got 12 boards, 1 offensive rebound, mostly, not a lot of offensive rebound, a lot of defense rebound. And why? Because he was too busy arguing with the refs. So I'm expecting no argument with the ref from Karl-Anthony Towns today. Keep his damn mouth shut, and I'm sure Mike Brown talked to him about that, and focus on what we got to do. Taking care of the ball, moving the basketball, getting some offensive rebounds. Okay? We need that. Miami's a big rebounding team. Any defensive-oriented team, any Eric Spoelstra coach team is going to focus on getting boards. Khalil Ware in the last week had a 20-rebound game. He's going to try to do that tonight. It's going to be all on that. But see, when he had that 20-rebound game, Bam Adebayo was playing. Bam ain't playing today. But don't let that fool you. Miami going to come to play. All right, so you got to get some boards. You got to move the basketball defensively. They must, that is Miami, the opponent, must be kept out of the paint. Starting with Deuce and Shamet, which is good. No, they can't pick on. They're going to try to put a larger player, get a switch, and get Deuce on a mismatch under the basket. Knicks must guard against that. And how they do it is Deuce fights real hard to keep, and he's strong enough now. He's only 6'1", but the boy is probably one of the most athletic players on the Knicks and gifted, strong as hell, 6'9" wingspan. He's going to fight to keep out of that box position. Not only that, you can switch. Okay, so you can switch, and whoever's trying to push Deuce down gets switched on the bigger player, and Deuce goes on the perimeter guy. They're going to do that too. So there's strategies you could use. And so, like I said, hit the boards, take care of the basketball, move the basketball, guard the paint. Now, one thing that did bother me another thing from the Orlando game is what Anthony Black said after the game. He said, we know they don't guard the three-point line well, and we were going to get open looks at the 3. This cannot happen, okay? That was true, but we expect a little bit better tonight with the defensive unit we have in there, because when you're talking about Deuce, McCall, OG, Cat, and Mitch Rob, look what you got. 4 high-level defenders. Whereas when Brunson starts, and again, I'm not trying to say they're better without Brunson. Please don't get it twisted. But when Brunson starts, you get 3 high-level defenders. Now you get 4, which means that the perimeter should be guarded strongly today, okay? Now, why am I bringing all these positives up, and I'm trying to tell you at the same time we're not better without Brunson? Because Brunson is an assassin. And I don't care what else you got. If you got an assassin, you got a chance. There's not a lot of them. He's one. That's why he was the clutch player of the year last year. He's a damn assassin. And that's why the Knicks cut it to single digits in the 4th, despite playing like crap. Okay? They played like crap. And they cut it to single digits in the 4th. Because the assassin came out. So you missing that tonight. You're going to miss that assassin. Now, but we can, I guess what I'm saying is, even without the assassin tonight, we could win this game. And it'll be good if we win this game, because that shows that we have matured and learned our lesson from the last game. And that's really what we're asking for, is it not? So can we beat them on the boards? That means Mitchell Robinson. That means Karl-Anthony Towns. And OG and McCall have been helping on the boards a lot. And Deuce is a good rebounder at 6'1". So we should be able to battle him there. I'm guaranteed the ball's going to move. So the ball is moving. Can they hit open shots? Because they're going to get them. The ball is moving. McCall's going to get open shots. OG's going to get open shots. And Cat's going to be Cat, which means he's not arguing with the referee, which means whoever trying to guard him is going to have a problem tonight. Cat. And then, of course, Mitch Rob for the offensive glass. Then Shannon, Clarkson, Hart. They just got to play their game. Okay? And nobody else get hurt. They just got to play their game. We got good news on the Brunson fronts. Grade 1 strain. That's not a worse strain. See, he had a worse one last April when he missed 15 games. Wasn't that bad. So he's probably going to want to play. That is Brunson on Sunday. They're going to evaluate him daily. So he's going to rest tonight. They already know that. And so tomorrow he'll be evaluated again. And if you know, and I know our Jalen Brunson, he'll be wanting to play Sunday in Miami against the Heat. But they'll evaluate him and see what they need to do, if they need to do that. But for sure, I'm going to guarantee you this. Let me just give you another raw Hebrew guarantee today. He's going to play against Dallas next Wednesday. I'm going to tell you that. Okay? So Miami on Monday at Miami. He's going to want to play. Whether they'll let him play, we'll see. Brunson's going to want to play Monday. If they let him play, then he's playing. But if he don't, I'm going to guarantee you November 19th against Dallas, unless they come out and say, oh, we were wrong, his ankle's broken. No, he's playing against Dallas, at Dallas. Ooh, at Dallas too, his former team? Yeah, he's playing in that game. So I don't think we're going to miss him for more than 1 or 2 games, and he'll be back. The assassin will return. So tonight, though, we got our boy Deuce. Let's get this dub. Let's play our game. Let's force our will on Miami, and let's finish this homestand in a nice way with a dub on this Friday night Knicks, okay? I'm not going to see it live, but I am going to have it taped, and I am going to take care of watching it on Saturday night so we could talk about it on Sunday. Please be safe. Enjoy your weekend. We shall return. Shalom.